You alright, everyone? How you all doing? I hope you're all okay out there. Right, as you can see, I'm outdoors. Beautiful afternoon. It's been a beautiful day. But I'm currently outdoors because my landlord's sprung a surprise visit and is currently doing a few odd jobs around the property that he's been meaning to do for a little while. So he's likely to be here until about 7, half 7 tonight. So I'm not going to be able to get the evening report done, and I'm not going to be able to get the news done tonight either. So I thought I'd just jump on and apologise for that. For those of you who are on my pages watching this video, then I apologise for the low content today, but it's been another mad day of running around like a blue arse fly in a fit, and with the surprise visit of the landlord as well, that's kind of interfered with my online activities a little bit as well. But in the few brief opportunities I have had to get online today, the one story that seems to be sticking out more than any other is, again, Russia. The lunatic left and Remainers just cannot leave it alone. I mean, you would have thought that they would have seen how badly it backfired on the Democrats in the States, and the level of idiocy that the Democrats ended up exposing within their ranks, that on this side of the Atlantic they would have stayed away from the Russia theory. But no, they decided to try and double down on it instead, and make themselves look even more moronic than the Democrats did in the States, because they should have learnt from those mistakes, but they didn't. They just cracked on regardless. I mean, you've got to be a special kind of stupid to watch it fall flat on its face politically in one part of the world, and then go, oh well, we'll give it a go and see what happens. You have got to be a special kind of stupid to sit there and say that to yourself. Dominic Greaves was in charge. He was chair of the Intelligence and Security Committee. Now that man turned over every stone. He looked under every rock. He scoured through every hedgerow, desperately trying to find evidence of Russian interference in the 2016 referendum. He couldn't find any. And realising that he couldn't find any, because there wasn't any to find, rather than just putting his hands up and saying, okay, we'll just keep blaming it on racism or some other ridiculous ideology, I'm just going to double down on it by saying needs further investigation. And you lot are taking those few simple words, needs further investigation, as proof that there was Russian interference. This isn't a word I use very often because it's a word I don't particularly like, but it's retarded. It's idiotic. It's nonsensical. You are making complete and utter mugs of yourselves. All you are doing is exposing the fact that you are spoilt, entitled brats who cannot handle losing anything. You lost a referendum. Get over it. Deal with it. I mean, we left in January. Nothing's changed. Nothing. Come the end of the year when the transition period's over, not a great deal will change. People like you and me, we probably won't even notice. All we'll notice is that our leaders suddenly become accountable to us. And they can't just dick around left, right and centre and then at the end of the day go, oh, it's Brussels, isn't it? If we don't like a policy, we can actually affect that policy's change. That's the only difference we're going to notice. So please, for the love of God, can we stop with this Russia, 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 Russia? You are going to have to find a better excuse for your own failings and your own inadequacies than it was Russia's fault. It's sad, it's pathetic, and to be quite honest, it's getting rather bloody boring. Because all you're doing is making complete and utter idiots of yourselves. Because the more you ban on about Russia, the more you prove to the entire world that you haven't actually got an argument other than the argument that you're butthurt because you lost. That's it. You're just butthurt because you lost. No more, no less. That's all it is. And this is what you get when you end up with a participation trophy generation in politics, who have never lost anything in their goddamn lives. They get tit-ache over everything. They can't get their own way. Bunch of spoiled, entitled, privileged brats. Anyway, I better get back in. Make sure the landlord don't break anything, God bless him. You will be safe out there, and if you can't be safe, win.